In this video, we are going to be breaking down the charts of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and gold all in one video. We're not going to waste your time. We're going to get straight to the point. Where should you be looking to get into Ethereum while also reducing your risk potential, also putting yourself in the driver's seat to profit? We're going to go over that, right? So through the charts, I'll be mapping out zones that are going to show you where it's safe to, enter, where to buy in Ethereum. Then Bitcoin, we're just going to briefly go over Bitcoin, and then gold. I'm actually going to give you an actionable prediction here on what gold is going to do tomorrow. So whether I'm right or wrong, you're going to get to see full transparency on this trade. And, that's something that you don't really find on other channels. So that's exactly why you should subscribe to this channel. Okay, because this is not Vincent Deciano or Ricky Gutierrez saying, oh, we've got a simple moving average. We might bounce as support and we might break through as resistance. But we might go sideways with the moving average. We might actually go back in time. Guys, they'll tell you that the thing can go every which way and they'll never, they just beat around the bush for 8 minutes. Okay, we don't beat around the bush. We give you real actionable material that's going to help you learn and improve your trading. So if you're a trader, make sure you subscribe. You're going to love this channel. Let's go ahead and cover all three of these points. Ethereum, Bitcoin, gold. Let's get into it. So starting off with Ethereum first, I want to show you where you're more safe to buy and where you should really be cautious. We're going to actually start off by mapping out the head and shoulders formation, which if you didn't watch our most recent video, this is what the thumbnail looks like. Highly advise you watch this video. We break down this chart pattern in detail, and it's one of the most important patterns you need to know as a trader. So you've got a shoulder here on Ethereum. You've got a right shoulder here on Ethereum, obviously rejecting 42,000, or not 42,000, 4209. You got the head right here. Now, the awkward part about Ethereum's head and shoulders is the neckline is not definitive. Okay, so we've got a solution for that. You have to go and you got to make two necklines, okay? Because as you can see, a neckline is an area of support which upholds the shoulder. Now, for the left shoulder, that support is right here. And for the right shoulder, that support is right here. Right, so you have two necklines actually, okay? So it's important to understand that not all setups are equal, right? They're not all the same quality, right? So this Ethereum head and shoulders is not nearly as bearish as the Bitcoin head and shoulders that we pointed out in the last video, right? This is a beautiful head and shoulders. This is as bearish as it gets. That's as good of a head and shoulders pattern you can get. That's like A+ tier or even S tier. Like I've seen some people do these rankings and there's like a letter that's S or something. That's S tier or A tier, whatever you want to fucking call it, okay? Now Ethereum, on the other hand, right, it's just clear to see that first off, this is a much shorter time frame head and shoulders, and whereas Bitcoin, right, this head and shoulders in Bitcoin was forming over a long period of time, which makes it a much more valid and powerful chart pattern, okay? That being said, this pattern has still been very effective in Ethereum, but you usually shouldn't have your expectations as high for this pattern as you would for the Bitcoin pattern, right? So when you take into consideration what we've taught you in the last video of making calculations and target with a head and shoulders pattern, you're going to go from the peak to the neckline, and then we're also going to draw up a second line to the second neckline, okay? These are going to be our two targets, our two magnitudes that you should be expecting in Ethereum. So if we take the second target, actually, and bring this target over here, and once again, if you're a little confused what we're doing, just go back and watch your last video. It's going to help you understand this. Boom, your target's actually looking like 2,800 on Ethereum. Now, that's a very aggressive target. It's still possible, though. So this is going to be your aggressive target, your highly bearish target. Now, if you take the modest approach, the modest target, you're actually going to bring that down here to this neckline, right? And you're looking at a target of about, right here, 3231, which we've actually already reached. Okay, and so you can see how incredible this head and shoulders calculation is, okay? Because once again, look at this. If you do it based on the first neckline, right, you've already reached that target precisely. This neckline exactly measures out the bottom of Ethereum. Okay, so if you're bullish on Ethereum, this is obviously a good sign for you. And you can see, right, we've got support literally at this calculation. We've quadruple bottomed based on this calculation we made, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might be thinking, okay, that's great. This guy he's mapping out some good stuff for me. Meaning, all right, if I buy right now at 3410, max downside at 2,800, I'm looking at a 17% loss at the max, right? So you're thinking, okay, I've got 17% to the downside. I've got 20 8% to get back to the all-time high. And then obviously if you're super bullish on Ethereum, you're thinking this thing can go to 7,000, 10,000. So really you're thinking, okay, worst case scenario, I can probably lose 18%. Best case scenario, I'm looking at 28% or even more. Okay, so that's one way to look at it. But guys, I'm going to be real with you. Okay, if you thought that this was the worst that could happen, I'm just going to have to open up, this next layer here and show you the actual worst that can happen here. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I am trying to show you all aspects of this trade so you really understand what you're, getting yourself into. That way you can make the best decision for yourself. So I'm not sure if you've noticed this. This is actually a bigger head and shoulders than just this. Actually, you have a left shoulder right here, okay, and you have a right shoulder right there. And so don't think we're just drawing random stuff up on a chart. We're just highlighting the facts and the behavior of Ethereum, right? So what are we really highlighting with the shoulder, right? It's not just a shoulder. It's not just some random drawing for looks or show, right? It's literally showing us that we had multiple rejections of resistance, 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, really 4 time, and then we rose up, okay? Now in this shoulder, you're saying, okay, we had 1 rejection, boom, 2 rejection, boom, 3 rejection, boom, and 4 rejection, boom. Okay, so once again, this is why you can't go wrong with charts, because all you're doing is you are taking advantage of the facts. Whereas the news, once again, you got news manipulation, you've got fake news, you've got all types of news, but you know what they all have in common? Almost all of them fail to highlight your risk and how much money you can actually lose. So if you're watching all these crypto YouTubers, these other guys out there, right? All they're doing, okay, most of the time, they're just reinforcing positive thoughts, positive confirmation bias within you. So you go, you like their video and you love their channel because all they're doing is they're supporting your opinion. They're reaffirming what you love and what you believe in, which is your bullish bias in Ethereum, okay? I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to show you both sides of the story so you can really and truly understand what you're getting yourself into, risk and reward potential here, okay? So that being said, when you have these shoulders, and now we're actually going to make the real calculation through this shoulder. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the neckline right here. Boom. Then we're actually going to go from the peak of the head straight down to the neckline. We're going to duplicate this drawing, bring it over to measure the max downside potential. This can get ugly, guys. Boom. Actually, that's going to be a little more dramatic. We need to push that up a little. Boom. I pushed up too much. Whatever. I don't want to be too bearish here. You're looking at a potential drop to 2100. Now look how perfect this drop is. Guess where this drop gets us to, guys? Look at this. Do you see this level over here? Boom. Wait, no, that's the wrong line. Watch this, guys. Do you see this? Boom. Okay, so this calculation literally drops us to this major support, to this major level. Look, you don't make that up, guys. You don't make that up. That is literally pinpoint precise. Pretty much on the dot there. Oh, zoomed in too much. You see how I'm saying these calculations literally measure up with previous support levels that were huge levels, right? This 2100 level is a huge level for Ethereum. So we weren't even looking at this level, right? We were just doing our own thing over here, and it literally perfectly matched up and coincided with that key support level in Ethereum, right? So that's how effective charts can be without looking at previous things, without looking at the news, anything like that. You can literally measure your downside with true calculations. And then from this point, you can look at the chart and you can think, okay, now I really understand my downside. If I get in today, if I get in now on Ethereum, actually max loss I'm looking at is more like a 33% drop, right? So from 3,400 to 2,100, you're looking at a potential 38% loss as your worst case scenario. Okay, so now that we've highlighted all these bearish things, now ultimately the decision is yours on whether you're comfortable or not entering here. Now I'm going to show you how I'm thinking about playing this, but the point I'm trying to make here, right, is everyone's got different opinions. So some people think Ethereum could get to 7,000 or 10,000. Now if you think Ethereum can get to 10,000, that's pretty much a 300% return. So really you're risking 38% to make 300%. Then to a person like that, it's worth it, right? And so my goal is not to call you out, tell you you're in la la land if you think that. Okay, if you think that, you think that. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to highlight how much risk you have here, which I think is about 38% downside is the worst case scenario. Now, ultimately, how am I looking to play this? Okay, first off, I'm not playing this for the long term. All right, I'm not playing Ethereum. I don't care if it hits 6,000. Okay, I'm not trying to just double my money here on Ethereum or anything like that, guys. We do bigger and better trades than that, like all the time, literally every single week, as you've seen on this channel. And this gold trade I'm about to give you tomorrow's probably literally going to be 200% return. I mean, that's literally what you're waiting for to get in like maybe a year, 2, 3. I mean, who knows how long it would take to double Ethereum. And I'm literally about to put a trade together tomorrow that's literally going to double my money. So no, I'm really not worried about Ethereum. Okay, because we trade options, and with options, you can get these returns pretty easily if you know what you're doing. Okay, while also reducing your risk and understanding your risk, just like we're doing here on this chart. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. Now let's actually go over what you should be looking for real quickly. Okay, I'm gonna breeze through this real quickly. If you're bullish on Ethereum, okay, you can look for an entry here. Just know that shit can dump off on you even further. And once again, you have my warning. Okay, now ultimately, what are you looking for? What's going to be positive reaffirmation on your Ethereum bias here is if you can break above the shoulders, the shoulder price, right? So look at the shoulder price right here, right? We've rejected it 8 times at 3,600, right? If you can get above this shoulder price, retest the shoulder price, boom, you're looking safe to the upside on Ethereum. Boom, look, I didn't beat around the bush there. I told you exactly what you're looking for, right? So if you want a safe entry into Ethereum, you want to see Ethereum get above 3,600, retest it, hold above 3,600, that's your safest point to get in, okay? If you want to risk more right now, just keep in mind, you got a lot of downside potentially, okay? Boom, Ethereum is covered. That should be super helpful for you if you're into Ethereum. Now, guys, we're going to get into Bitcoin quickly, and we are going to get into what you're probably really waiting for, which is the gold trade, which is literally probably going to double your money tomorrow, okay? So, boom, Bitcoin's dumping off, just like we called. Obviously, I made my video when Bitcoin was at 51,000. It's already down 20%. So, literally, I can say we accurately predicted the crash in Bitcoin because a crash is measured by 20% or greater. It's literally dumped off 20% since our video here. So, crash nailed by crash trading on Bitcoin. Guys, go ahead and check that video out if you haven't already, because once again, it's good to see me highlight the process and highlight these things before they happen, right? Now you're looking back on the Bitcoin crash and it's obvious that it happened, but it's all about finding and seeing these things before they happen, okay? And so once again, check out that video if you haven't already. That being said, you've got the middle finger volume on Bitcoin. Not a good sign. I mean, you can literally see it's flipping you off. I mean, that's as bearish as it gets. That being said, you still do have a couple of bullish factors we should probably go over here. Check out the stochastic indicator. Basically, it's at a bottom is what it would appear to be, okay? So really, if there was a time for Bitcoin to bounce, it would be around here, okay? But just because it bounces, say, to even 47,000, fuck, even 50,000, that does not mean that the bull run is back in place, that everything's going back to the moon. Okay, you have to understand the behavior of Bitcoin. When it crashes, it bounces hugely, right? So when the crash really began, okay, look at this. It crashes from 65,000 down to 47,000. Look at this major bounce. Boom, it bounces literally 25% here within 3 weeks. Okay, so everyone thinks that we're going to the moon, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you think, you're wrong. Okay, because this is the behavior of Bitcoin crashes. When Bitcoin crashes, it drops, has a huge bounce, it drops, has a huge bounce, and then it drops, right? So you have to understand the behavior. So if there was a time for Bitcoin to start getting a little bit of support, start bouncing, it's got to be around here right now. But the fact it's got literally no support, I mean, no one is coming in to buy this shit right now, that is a horrible sign, okay? So I really wouldn't trust the next bounce, especially when you consider, okay, I love pulling up this comment, guys. The guy who's saying that we were an idiot for saying Bitcoin would crash. The support is at 43K. Literally, no one is buying this aggressively at 43K. Okay, let's actually, now we're bringing up the Bitcoin chart. Okay, so look at this. We've bottomed so many times. I mean, that shit's about to break through 42,000 with time. Just give it some time, okay? Now, once again, if there was a time for Bitcoin to bounce, it's got to be around now. But once again, the fact that no one's aggressively buying it down here is a horrible sign, okay? So remember, this guy's saying that the support is at 43K. It's a bull market, you nerd. Really? That's a bull market? I didn't know fucking dropping 20% in 2 days since I recorded this video is a bull market. But hey guys, did you know that I guess it's opposite day? So when shit drops, that's called a bull market. But I mean, whatever. So once we break that 42,000, if you watched our last video where we actually showed you the targets on Bitcoin, if we zoom out here, right? First target 32,000, worst case scenario target 20,000 here. So really not much to say here besides Bitcoin's looking real ugly right now, just like we predicted. And two, why the fuck isn't anyone buying it down here? Okay, it's because no one wants it. Okay, every time it bounces, the price is quickly suppressed, right? So bounces, suppress, not a good sign for Bitcoin. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottoms, okay? Every time you get to the bottom, more and more buy orders are getting filled. Less buyers are going to be able to hold up that level forever and ever, okay? So it really is only a matter of time. Once again, if there's time for it to bounce, come on, Bitcoin, all you Bitcoin bulls, it's got to be now, right? Once again, not trying to offend anyone, but trying to depict the reality here. It's not looking good, okay? And final thing, remember guys, I like Bitcoin. I just don't like it right now. Why would I like it right now? It's not the time to be bullish on Bitcoin, okay? It's time to wait, pick your opportunities correctly. And right now, is not an opportunity I want to indulge in, okay? Last thing we're going to get into, like I promised at the beginning of the video, was my trade idea for gold. This is my definitive answer, right? I told you, I don't give wishy-washy. It might go up, it might go down, it might go sideways, it might go backwards, it might go inwards. This shit's going down is my prediction here for gold. And I know it sounds like I'm a ridiculous bear. Guys, we play calls all the time. As a matter of fact, I was playing BK and G calls and lost money on BK and G calls today. You can see I had this calculation line. I was expecting a move all the way up to 22.85 today. And BKNG, I lost money on BKNG calls today, right? So, you know, we have call plays all the time. As a matter of fact, we were playing gold calls literally yesterday. Okay, ask our coaching members in the comment section below. The people actually live trade with me, okay, on a day-to-day basis. We were literally playing gold calls. You can see I have this level drawn up here. So when we came back down, bought calls on this level, it literally skyrocketed. And that was the first trade of the week we took, and we exited at 1867. You can see right before the close, boom, it drops here, and we exited on the bounce right here at 1867. Guys, we were bullish on gold yesterday, and we're bearish on it today. You see that? You can go both ways, but you have to understand why and when to go in that certain direction. Right now, we prefer shorting gold. Now, keep in mind, gold is bullish overall at this point. If you actually take a look at this, this is a huge moment for gold. This is why we went long of it yesterday, okay, because since August, right, when gold went on its huge bull run here, okay, we started the significant downtrend. Yesterday was the first day we broke through this horrific, disgusting downtrend that it's been an awful time for gold bugs, right? And so when we broke that, guys, we took advantage of this major, huge day for gold bulls, right? And that was awesome to be a part of that yesterday. Okay, but once again, it just had a major run-up, right? Look at this. It just went from 1820 to 1870. Okay, so basic rate of change terms, using logic, okay? This is not going to sustain such trajectory forever. So there's two things it can do at this point. First off, the least likely thing it can do, right? The lowest probability outcome is that it's actually going to break out higher. Why? Because it already went higher by so much. Okay, so the chances and probabilities for it to continue higher at that rate, very small. Second thing it could do, right, is consolidate. But once again, I like the chances for a reversal and drop much lower. So if you told me to weight the probabilities for this, I'd say you've got an 82% chance to win tomorrow by shorting gold, and you got about an 18% chance to lose by doing so. Okay, so I'm short of gold tomorrow. This is a phenomenal trade. You can already see we've kind of got a head and shoulder development right here, right now. You can see right there. Or you could see right there as a shoulder, right? It really just depends. So you got to wait and see and react here. And, you know, that's the gold trade. So whether I'm right or wrong, you get to see. Will gold drop tomorrow or am I wrong, right? And so if you can trade the futures, you can actually trade the futures as soon as this video is over if you want to. Or if you want to really know the entries and the exits for this trade, you can work with me one-on-one through direct coaching where I tell you exactly when to get in and out of the trade. And that's how I can help you, you know, for sure take advantage of this trade and also minimize your risk. Okay, so check out our website if you haven't already, where you can obviously work with me one-on-one where I tell you when to get in and out. But that being said, that's my definitive plan. So when you're looking at this chart of gold, if you can at least point out 5 reasons why gold should drop tomorrow, then you don't know how to read charts correctly, okay? So make sure you learn how to read charts. I know to the average eye, right, it looks like it's super bullish. They're thinking higher lows, higher highs. Oh my God, we broke the 200-day average. Oh my God, look at the blue line. It's going up, right? So the average person thinks that's highly bullish, okay? And although overall it's bullish, that doesn't mean that tomorrow gold's not going to drop. And so once again, you have my probabilities, you have my prediction, you have my definitive word that gold is going to drop And once again, being objective, right? So although I'm saying gold is going to drop tomorrow, I still have to be objective and understand that there's still about an 18% chance that I'm wrong on this trade, right? But I know I have an 82% chance of being right on this trade. So you have my definitive plan, you have my definitive prediction. Gold will drop tomorrow, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But guys, if you've been following the channel, you know we hardly ever put any bad trades out there. As a matter of fact, just go and look at the last few weeks. Here we predicted Bitcoin and Ethereum crash. Here we talked about the gold drop the other day, right? So remember, right, we were bullish on it yesterday, now we're bearish on it, and literally last week we were bearish on it right there on the head and shoulder drop that I literally have shown you guys in detail, predicted it before it happened. And then if we look at all the other trades that we've shown you, Zillow, nailed that prediction. Gold, right, which was this one right here, we nailed that one. Bitcoin, Ethereum, nailed that one. Here, you saw a PayPal trade, and you saw some of the trades we took only after the fact, right? So this is not predictions that you could have taken advantage of. This was for our members only, and this was kind of like a recap, so that was too late, and it wasn't actionable trade material. This was actionable material. Anyone could have taken this right here. This prediction right here on Amazon, and then anyone could have, actually this was 3 trades in one. You had Facebook, Amazon, and Google. If you took either of those 3 trades, you made money there. And if you look at 3M, boom, easy trade. If you look at this trade right here, boom, easy trade on the market. We said it was going to drop. So look at this. If you actually look in the last 3 weeks, we haven't got a single trade wrong on this channel. Okay, so think about how many trades I've gotten right in a row on this channel. Once again, go back and watch the channel and you tell me if I'm lying here. I'm not lying whatsoever. We nailed 3M, that's 1 trade. The market, 2 trade. Amazon, Facebook, Google, that's 5 trades. Zillow, that's 6 trades. Gold, that's 7 trades. And Bitcoin, Ethereum, that's 8 and 9. So we've nailed 9 trades in a row here in the last 3 weeks from the free content we've shown you. Now, obviously, if you're just following the channel, then you're missing some of the member trades. Like this video, right, was a recap of the member trades, right? So you missed out on like another 3 winning trades here. And we had a losing trade in this one, right? But that wasn't a trade you could have taken because it was only after the fact, right? I'm trying to show you trades that we posted that you could have actually made money on because I posted these trades before they happened. But anyways, guys, just trying to show you, like, guys, you're in good hands. Any trade I point out, it's probably a good one, okay? So that being said, this was a very in-depth analysis over some of these things, guys. I have way more to say about gold, but this video is, what, 20 minutes? I mean, I could talk for so many, hours and hours here and show you so many more things. But guys, this video's been long enough. I think I've given plenty enough value. And just think, if you feel like you're learning a ton in the free content, imagine how much value and how much we provide you with in our paid content, right? If you feel like you learned something about charts in this video, then wait till you see our course, because that probably teaches you 176 times more than this video. And I promise you, it's going to help you so much when you go into the market understanding what you need to know, instead of only going in there with half of the puzzle, right? You want to go in there with the full puzzle, right? You want to go in there with your full arsenal, right? So you want to go in there with your gun, you want to go in there with your knife, you want to go there with a food supply, you want to go in there with water, and then reserve water with a nice backpack, right? You want to go into the market with all that, right? You don't want to go in the market with a pocket knife only. You see what I'm saying? You want to go in there with all your tools, and when you do that, it's going to dramatically increase your profitability over the long run. But guys, take advantage of what is given to you for free, okay? You got a free 20-minute call you can schedule with me, and I will help you with anything you need help with. So look, if like, let's say you want to call me because you want to talk about joining the program, then you don't need to fill out this questionnaire in detail, right? But if you genuinely just need help and you need some advice or something, just schedule a 20-minute call, okay? We're not going to try to sell you on anything unless you want to join our program. Okay, then we'll talk about the program and things you should know, right? So if you just genuinely need help, guys, schedule a 20-minute call. And because once again, that's a free resource. That's a free thing that you should be taking advantage of if you're a subscriber on this channel. Now, that being said, final thing I'm going to point out here is in the link in the description, or it's going to be in the comment section, crashtraining.com/WhatsApp. Okay, if you click on this link, okay, you can actually fill out your name, email, WhatsApp number to be entered into our WhatsApp group, where we're going to give you earnings tables, video notifications. So anytime I post a video like this, you're going to get, basically I'll send the video out so you don't miss it, because I know what happens a lot of times is YouTube won't send you a notification, so you end up missing some of these ridiculous trading ideas, okay? So I don't want you to miss these trading ideas. And so if you're wondering what those earnings tables look like, it's literally just a table like this that shows you every stock that's reporting during the week. So it's super helpful stuff, and I'll be sending that out usually every Saturday or Friday. So it's free, and take advantage. That link's in the description as well. But guys, this has been Alex from Crash Trading. Watch that gold drop tomorrow. Schedule a 20-minute call. Drop a like on the video if you learned something new. Until the next video, take care.